Guarantee it today. Another cold start, and that is a very January look as you have a live view over downtown Indianapolis this morning. We're clear.
Yeah.
That's about all we have going for us. We are talking about a bitter cold, single digits. You're even talking about negative wind chills.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. And,
Me
you know,
too.
folks, as you may know, if you watch us regularly, these two are always freezing. It doesn't mean if it's the summer, and I'm always sweating like a beaten mule. Feel this.
You're not sweating today. There's no way you're sweating
freezing.
today. Okay.
I am freezing this morning, and we're telling you bundle up this morning because it certainly is a cold one. What we don't have is snow. We're watching this area of snow around Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo. Tomorrow, this time, we'll have snow showing up on live Doppler 13 radar, but let's talk temperatures. And seriously, folks, it is very cold. This is the coldest morning of the year and the coldest morning of the season. And now we're up to, 71 closings and delays throughout central Indiana. That is a big number when it's not even snowing a flake out there. That shows you how bitter cold it is. 2 in Indy, 3 below in Bedford and Greencastle and Lafayette this morning. It's only 1 degree in Richmond, and Kokomo is at 0. As we zoom into the metro area, check this out. Zionsville now, you Eagles are at 6 below 0. That is the air temperature, not the wind chill. It's 4 below in Lebanon, 1 degree in Shelbyville. Rushville at 7 below 0 has a wind chill of 15 below. And in Lebanon, it feels like 10 below 0 this morning. So wherever you are, cold air blowing over snow chills the atmosphere, and it's like this not only in the entire state of Indiana, but as far east as Raleigh, North Carolina, Richmond, and Washington, D.C. So let's break down the day. Sunrise at 8:04 this morning. At that time, it'll be 1 below. That will be our air temperature here. By lunchtime, we'll warm up to 11, and gradually we reach our high when the kids are coming home from school today at 19. We're going to break down the chances for some snow coming in here tomorrow in a little bit, but we still, Lindsay, have this issue on the east side, right?
Yeah, we got a couple issues now on the east and northeast side. So we'll start with the new one that just came down from the northeast side of town. This is a stalled vehicle that has turned into an accident. So perhaps there was a vehicle stalled blocking that left lane, and an accident kind of happened in the wake of that. So this is 465 at those I-69 ramps as you're coming around the curve there on the northeast side of town, where 465 north becomes 465 west. That's where this is located. So we are seeing traffic getting around that. That far left lane is currently blocked. We're also following that secondary crash over on the east side of town. This one blocking 3 left lanes, and that's due to a vehicle fire. This is what that looks like. Still looks like about 2 to 3 travel lanes getting around this incident, but I do anticipate this causing some delays over the next couple of hours as we head into that peak morning rush. Guys.
Thank you, Lindsay. Right now, Washington Park is keeping its facilities open for anyone needing protection from this bitter cold.
Now, we in the newsroom received calls overnight from people saying that their electricity keeping them warm was out, or just their heat in their home. So Indy Park says they're keeping buildings open again tonight and into overnight this morning. So you can stop by 3130 East 30th Street to get a break from the cold. The Family Center has extended those hours 7 p.m. until 8 a.m. So even right now, if you find yourself in the cold, you could head to one of these centers.
You don't have to sign in. You don't have to check in either. All Indy Park's family centers are open during regular business hours as well. So 211 is also a resource where you can get connected to anything that you need to know.
And we will see some relief from the cold as we round out the week. You can stay on top of the timeline with that weather on our weather app. It puts current conditions and hourly forecast. Also, we have access to our weather blog right there on your phone. It's a free download in your app store. Well, in just a few hours, a man accused of shooting and killing a Special Forces Dutch soldier in downtown Indianapolis will be back in court.
Shamar Duncan is charged with murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. He's accused of shooting 3 Dutch soldiers outside of a hotel in August of 2022. Let's get to Matthew Foltz, who has been following this story. What are the key points from testimony yesterday, Matthew?
Yeah, Julia and Jalea, the jury heard from testimony from two witnesses who say they were at the scene the night of the shooting. But a little background on this case first. Shamar Duncan is the man accused of attempted murder and disorderly conduct for allegedly killing Judge Commando Simi Putsama and injuring two other soldiers. Prosecutors say he and two other men allegedly got into a fight with the soldiers near the Hampton Inn, just blocks south of the Circle, back in August of 2022. A witness took the stand Tuesday saying that he saw the fight between both groups. He testified saying someone in Duncan's group got hit in the face, so they followed the soldiers back to the hotel. Moments later, the witness says he heard one of the black men say, "Unlock the car and get the strap." Here's what he says happened next.
They all got into the vehicle, the car starts, and it goes in a U-turn and drives down the street, and then I hear gunshots shortly.
And that witness you just heard from also says he heard about 7 to 8 gunshots before seeing that truck take off going north. He also testified saying that he ran over to help the soldiers and tried to calm everyone down. Now, of course, Julie and Jalea, a long day of testimony yesterday. We expect the same thing today and tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. We're told the defense should be testifying at some point this week. We'll see how things wrap up later on this week.
All right, Matthew, thank you.
Your time is 6:06 and new this morning. The 14-year-old that was found shot to death at an apartment complex last week will be remembered in a vigil this Saturday. The group G3 Steppers, it's a dance group that DeAndre Clay Staples was a member of, will be hosting a balloon release and a memorial. It'll be at their dance studio. The group says they will also have grief counselors available along with other resources for her teammates. The group says that donations can be made to her family. The family of DeAndre will host a balloon release later today. We have those details for both events and how you can assist the victim's family on our website.
Well, this morning, the Texas man accused of stalking and threatening basketball star Caitlin Clark is still behind bars this morning.
Michael Lewis had several outbursts while he was in court yesterday, including an admission of guilt. Take a listen.
Morning, Mr. Lewis.
Guilty as
No, sir. This is initial hearing.
Oh.
We are not. You have a right to remain silent, and I expect you to exercise that. Okay, this is just telling you what the charges are.
And so during that hearing, Lewis eventually entered a not guilty plea. Investigators say he made the threatening comments toward Clark on social media and then came to Indianapolis where he was arrested. In court, he said that he essentially lives out of his car and repeatedly said that he needs his medication while he's in jail. During that hearing, the court did appoint a public defender.
Now, in that no contact order, Lewis must stay 500 feet away from Gainbridge Fieldhouse and Hinkle Fieldhouse. He is charged with felony stalking, and he'll be back in court in March.
Well, a 20-year-old man is facing charges this morning in connection to a deadly shooting on the southwest side. Jason Powell is accused of killing Shannon Campbell Jr. on January 3rd near West Morris and South Belmont Avenue. Another person was also shot there but survived. Detectives found Powell on Monday. That's when he was arrested.
Well, this morning, road crews are still working on a patch near 10th and Emerson after a huge water break in that area yesterday. It caused a massive sinkhole that an Indianapolis woman actually drove into because she couldn't see it, filled with water, and she became stuck. Jennifer Stowers was driving down 10th yesterday morning when she came across that flooding near Emerson. It was still pretty dark out. That's all of a sudden she heard a huge noise and her car hit a sinkhole. She says she had to crawl over the passenger side door just to get out of her car.
When I pulled it up and I was able to see it, my whole front end all the way up to the headlight was just completely smashed. You couldn't even see the little light below.
Stowers says Citizens Energy Group did contact her and have supplied a rental car and offered to pay for those damages to her car.
That is good. That never happens when I hit something in the road. Well, Indianapolis has been hit by several rounds of snow so far this year, and some neighborhoods, believe it or not, still have some snow on the street. We've reported on the DPW policy that changed how streets were plowed. So now DPW will hear from city, county councilors and the community. So the interim director is answering questions from the Public Works Committee and residents. This will be tomorrow at 5:30 at the City County building if you'd like to go.
Well, right now, speed cameras are officially active on the city's southeast side. Keep that in mind as you're getting into the car for your drive this morning. It does mark the beginning of the pre-enforcement warning period. So right now, INDOT's Indiana Safe Zone speed camera program is active in the Finish Line project work zone. So this is along I-465 and I-69 South. These will monitor speeds on both roads while construction there continues. Now, signs are posted to let drivers know that it is a safe zone. Those cameras then monitor your speeds. Drivers get notified if you're caught going 11 miles over the speed limit. And once the program goes into full effect, you will get real fines in the mail, Chuck.
Oh boy, yippee. Hey, this is a cold morning out there this morning, folks. In fact, 71 districts on delays or closings this morning. IPS is open and on normal schedule. 8 a.m., 1 below zero. 5 p.m., 19 for a high. We've got snow on the way, but a warm up too. It's all coming up in our 7-day outlook.
Well, a Brownsburg delivery driver braves a snowstorm to deliver a hot pizza, only to be left out in the cold with a tip. At 6:45, the surprising response from the community that is now changing his life.
And Hoosiers helping this morning. The American Red Cross is helping in the recovery efforts after those devastating wildfires in Southern California. We'll tell you how more Hoosiers are stepping in coming up at 6:15.